This is your security update. We begin tonight with the rapidly escalating crisis in Mali, now entering what analysts describe as the most dangerous phase of the conflict in over a decade. In the last 96 hours, coordinated attacks across multiple cities, including Bamako, Kati, Gao, and Kidal, have exposed deep vulnerabilities in the Malian state. And now it appears that the crisis is not about to end, contrary to earlier reports and speculations that the situation had been brought under control. My name is Rumande Shaulu. This is your security update from the other side.
Our goal is for Russia to withdraw permanently from Azawad-controlled areas and ultimately from all of Mali. Our problem is political. It's a long-standing conflict. I'd even say it predates Mali's independence. And it involves the legitimate demands of the people of Azawad. So we see Russia's intervention in support of the junta negatively.
Since April 25, last week, coordinated offensive by the Azawad Liberation Front, the FLA, and the al-Qaeda-linked JNIM has struck multiple strategic locations. Targets included military bases, transport hubs, and security installations across the country. Mali's defense minister Sadio Camara was killed during the attacks on military sites, including his residence in Kati, a major blow to the country's military leadership. Reports indicate the use of suicide vehicles and drone-based attacks, suggesting a significant upgrade in militant capability. The JNIM has declared a siege on Bamako, while authorities imposed curfews and launched counter-offensive operations. One of the most significant developments is the withdrawal of the Malian forces and Russian African corps from key northern positions, including Kidal, and areas near the Niger border. This effectively suggests ceding of a large portion of the northern Mali to rebel and insurgent influence. A very dangerous move indeed, because that area or those areas that the military have moved from will now be occupied by the rebels and will be used as launching pads to attack areas that are not yet under their control. The FLA, a Tuareg nationalist movement, and JNIM, an al-Qaeda affiliate, appears to be operating in parallel. This alliance is tactical, not ideological, but it dramatically increases pressure on the state. There are fears, of course, that the fact that the two groups are working together and coordinating means that they may continue to work together until they achieve the objectives of overthrowing the Malian state the way we know it today. Meanwhile, Mali's military leader, Assimi Goïta, has described the situation as of extreme gravity, but insists that it remains under control. Key figures in the military hierarchy have been injured and leadership has been relocated for security reasons. The army claims it has killed hundreds of insurgents, though these figures remain unverified.
He provided us with his guidance and instructions regarding the new measures to be taken. We come out of this Higher Council of Defense meeting this morning very reassured.
Russian Africa's Peace Corps initially described the situation Russia's Africa Corps initially described the situation as a prevented coup attempt, but is now withdrawing from several northern positions under pressure. Meanwhile, insurgent groups have dominated the information space, releasing videos and images of their advances and exploits along the way. In a major escalation, a separate jihadist faction, Islamic State in the Sahel, has captured a border town at Laberzanga. This opens a third front in the conflict, separate from both the JNIM and the Tuareg rebels. Mali is now facing pressure from multiple armed actors simultaneously, a hallmark of state fragmentation. Meanwhile, the ECOWAS has condemned the attacks and called for coordinated regional response. Nigeria's defense leadership has called for regional unity against terrorism, signaling concern about spillover risk. The FLA has warned neighboring countries, including Niger and Burkina Faso, not to intervene. Internationally, Russia remains tied to the Mali's government, while Western influence remains limited, and the governments of the United States and the EU have not made any comments or committed themselves to helping the Mali government chase out the rebels. Mali is now at risk of a functional fragmentation where the state controls the capital but not the territory. If supply routes collapse, Bamako could face fuel shortages, disruption, and security isolation. The killing of the defense minister signals a weakening command structure. And of course, they will send signals to the troops that they may not be in a position to keep fighting the rebels. And the killing of the minister may embolden the rebels in their fight against the Malian state. Northern Mali may evolve into contested zones between the jihadists and separatists, because the jihadists and the separatists have different motives and reasons for their fight. For now, they appear to be working together, but eventually there will be conflicts between the rebels that are fighting, that is the Islamic group, and the separatist groups. The crisis has direct implications for Nigeria. Weakening increases the flow of fighters, weapons, and extremist ideology towards northwestern Northeast Nigeria. Groups like Boko Haram and ISWAP may be emboldened by the scale of their attacks and may want to copycat what is happening in Mali today. Increased displacement could put humanitarian pressure on neighboring states. The Sahel is now the global epicenter of terrorism, and Mali is at the center of that crisis. So the question to ask now is whether the forceful removal of France from Mali is paying off or is resulting in a bigger problem for the authorities in Mali. The situation in Mali is no longer a local conflict. It is a regional security threat with implications stretching across West Africa. And as the crisis unfolds, the key question remains, can Mali hold together, or is this region entering a new phase of instability? And with what is happening in Mali, remain in Mali, or to spread to Burkina Faso, Niger, and the Chad, creating a contiguous platform or contiguous landmass for the operation of these groups that appear to be strengthening and overwhelming the Malian state. My name is Romande Shawulu. This is your security update from the other side. Please click on that subscribe button for verified reports on Nigeria, Africa, and the world.